Hello, fellow crafters! This is the card we're going to create today. I am going to show you how I made this one and how I decorated it. But this is not my card idea, so I just want to be 100% honest with you guys. These measurements, this whole card was created by a very talented card maker, crafter. Her name is Sam. She's from the UK, and she has a YouTube channel called Mixed Up Crafters. If you don't follow her yet, please go check out her channel. All these measurements, all these sizes, all the calculations for this card came from her. I have the sizes of all the pieces that you're going to need here on the screen. I did round the upper right corner and the lower left corner of all of my panels, and the main card base, and in the end also my mechanism, because I thought it would look slightly different. Uh, but you can skip that if you want to. And then this ribbon, originally I used a 2-inch size, but it was too short for me. So if you use a 3-inch, it should be long enough in the end for it to be visible. The way I did it, it wasn't. So I rounded my corners just with a corner rounder I'm showing you on the screen. But if you have a corner chomper, or if you have a die that cuts only 2 round corners, you can use that as well. This one, you have to score it in several places. Each one of these spaces, 1/4 spaces that you're gonna score, you're gonna fit one of the panels. That's all that's gonna hold those panels in place. I just mark top and bottom where I need to score, and then I link the two marks that I made on top and bottom and make a line from one side to the next. I hope that makes sense. If you have a scoreboard as usual, that will make your life way easier. Don't be like me. So now I'm just gonna fold them carefully and reinforce each one of them, crease all those core lines one by one, and make sure that they are flowing easily. The bone folder really helps, using the Teflon one. It doesn't leave like that shiny surface on your cardstock. You're gonna use this mechanism the way that I had it there, but I'll show you again in a minute. So for my panels and the mats, I had already the double-sided adhesive on the back of my mats. I'm gonna do what I always do. I'll fold the 4 corners up. I'll remove the backing from the centerpiece, and then I'm gonna hover the mat on top of my panel until I have it perfectly centered, and then I'll pull all of the tabs there I folded before, and it will be in place. It's not gonna shift, and I did that for all 6 off camera. So now we just need to glue them down to our main mechanism. I am using just my very strong and trusty white glue. You are going to add glue or adhesive, any strong adhesive that you trust, in between all those lines. And if you use glue that dries very quickly, like mine has a quick grab, just make sure that you do it like 2 score lines at a time. Because they start drying before I had the time to put them all down. Maybe I'm too slow. You probably better than me at doing this, but yeah, if you use dry adhesive, you can put the whole thing, the whole surface. Just make sure that you don't have your adhesive going before or after those score lines. The last one, actually, there's not that much of a problem. Just be aware here that that mechanism, the biggest piece will be on your left when you're doing this, and the smaller piece after the score lines will be to your right. Once again, I'm using my bond folder to press those panels down to spread the glue a little bit. You can see that I am having to add glue, and one of them, the glue actually dried and I didn't notice, so later you see me adding a bit more glue to the one of them, the panels there in between. So yeah, learn from my mistakes. So now you try to space them out and center them well, like leave the same amount of space from top and bottom, and make sure that they are all lined up. As you can see, mine are. Um, and then just give them some time to dry. So I forgot to show this panel in the beginning, but you're gonna need it as well just to reinforce the back of your mechanism. So you don't really need to round the corners for this one. Like, I, I don't know, I just did all of them. And then this strip is the only thing that will actually hold the whole thing together. So here you can see my ribbon, I put some adhesive in the inside and I folded it in half. And then I also had dry adhesive on the edges on the outside so I could stick that to the card. But as I said, I cut only 2 inch, and in the end you can't really see it. So if you use 3 inch, it should be a bit better. So this strip, you can just fold it around the whole mechanism. That's not going around the panels, it's just the folded mechanism, the two parts that fold in the back. And you leave it to the side for now. We'll add the reinforcement to the back of our mechanism. That will also cover the edge of the ribbon. As you can see, they should be dried by now, so I'm just moving those panels one by one to the side and reinforcing it with the bond folder. This panel here is coming off, so I'm gonna have to come back and add some glue. And this one, once you put that white strip, you can glue it down. I will forget it, and you can see that you'll be able to do it later, but just to let you know, once you put this strip down, you can do that. So the glue will only go on the inside in between the two folds that you created, and then you will place it near the edge, kind of half an inch in from the edge, and you're gonna press it down so it can stick to the other side of your mechanism. I'm pressing it with the bond folder once again. And here I have my card base. So to glue it to the card base, you're gonna add your glue or your chosen adhesive just to those two tabs that you folded from that strip to the back. I hope that makes sense. I just rounded my corner there, I forgot over there. So these two tabs here in the back, that's all that is going to hold your whole mechanism in place onto your card base. Make sure that you don't have adhesive or glue anywhere else other than these two tabs. So you can just hold them together, turn the whole thing around, and kind of center it on the inside of your card base. Leave it there, leave it for a while. I'm gonna edit it out from my video, but leave it until it dries. And as I said, I forgot to add the glue to the inside of my mechanism and in between the inside of the mechanism and my last panel. But you can do that later, it's not a big problem. So you can add glue or dry adhesive if you prefer. Just make sure that you press it down with your bond folder and give it some time to dry. Here I have my first picture. I'm not going to show you all of them. I'm just showing that I also used my double-sided adhesive. I did the same thing that I did with the mats and the panels. So I'm lifting the four corners, removing that centerpiece, the backing of the centerpiece, and then I'm going to hover it until I have it in the exact position that I want. Remove the rest of the backing, and that's it. It's not going anywhere. It's not going to move. So I'm going to do that to three other pictures, and I'll show it you in the beginning, but I'll show you again at the end. And here is how I curve my leaves and my flowers a little bit. So I use the styles, but you can see that you can do it with your fingers as well. So for this tulip, this petal goes in the back, so I curved it uh, inwards. You can use the styles, the style if you have one, stylus. I'm so sorry, and you can also use your fingers as I showed. And the rest of the petals, I'm gonna curl them all backwards to give an idea of dimension of how the petals of a tulip will actually be, to make them rounder. So I'm doing the same to all of the petals, and I'm gonna stick them all together off camera. I did fits and futs with all of my flowers and leaves for a good while, and I'm not showing that on camera because I really wanted to show you how to do the mechanism for the waterfall card. But here you can have an idea, like I place them and I measure them and I see where I want them to go. I took pictures as well. I have my phone beside me to see how I want them. And um, this die set and the one for the alphabet that I use, they're both from the Greetery. They're older, but they are absolutely stunning. And here you can see that panel that didn't glue very well. So I left it overnight and it worked much better. I hope you guys enjoy it. Have fun and see you soon. Thank you. Bye.